Hello everyone and welcome to what is the first video like this with the live commentary. This is the first race of TGP, Vietnam and China. China will be out tomorrow, but yeah, we qualified P3. I didn't get my qualifying because we were trying to stream it and it didn't work, so that was an issue. I'm pretty sure that that's something to do with the fact that we were technically streaming but it was scheduled, so I don't think the audio is saved for whatever reason, but yeah, that's just something that happened. I'm not really sure why, but I'm just not going to bother streaming the next races and just use the recordings. But yeah, here we go for the start. We're on the outside on the racing line though. We're going to have the outside for the first corner, like I said, then it turns to the inside. We get a reasonable start. We're going to try and stick within Corey's slipstream, try and tow us up towards turn one. Obviously Matt not having that slipstream is going to squeeze me up to the outside wall. He cuts the corner a little bit, pushes me wide. I wasn't too happy with that, but I don't know, I lifted a little bit just to make sure he stays ahead. If not, I would have gained the position off the track. Little tap on the wall, nothing too major. Obviously this isn't simulation damage, it's only full, but that did put us under pressure from Phil behind. Matt actually then pulling away a bit, but we go up now towards the roundabout section. I'm not actually sure if it is a roundabout, but I mean it looks like one, doesn't it? We get up behind Matt again. He has a little bit of a moment there. Just making sure you don't want to hit any of the walls or any of the curbs even around that section, or you will be backwards. But now we're going to use our overtake rich mix as well, just trying to stick with Matt. I think my aim really for this race was I was going to take a podium, as with every TGP race. Obviously Corey being pretty quick, I'll be honest, and Matt also being, I'd say, within a tenth of Corey. So yeah, personally these TGP races I'm going to take top 3 whenever I can get it. At the moment we were holding on. Phil there behind, just dropping back a little bit. He was coming under pressure from Pete as well, so yeah, he was more looking in his mirrors, I'd say, which is understandable. I think anyone would. Coming through the S section now for the first time in the dirty air of 2 cars, really not very nice at all. So yeah, I really do feel sorry for the guy that is in last, because that would just feel terrible. But we've stuck with Matt. We're still in that DRS. Obviously we're not going to get it until lap 3. But yeah, that was really my main aim. Like I said, we just run out of ERS at the end of that lap, so that did sort of tell me I need to save a little bit more just so I can get it down this straight, because as you can see Matt does pull away a little bit. We claw it back in the overtake though. But yeah, moving on now all the way to lap 5 already. Corey at this point had already made his stop, and then myself and Matt pull in the lap afterwards. This is going on to lap 6. It's a relatively short pit lane because you do miss out the final 2 corners and then turn 1, come out at turn 2. It's quite a sketchy pit exit though, I must say. If someone comes flying out and you don't see them, I've seen people have contact there before. But yeah, we've got a long way down to that Williams pit lane, right down the end of the paddock, and we actually get a safety car, so we're going to gain a little bit of time here. This is where really for Corey it wasn't that good, because now he's having to stick to that delta. You can see him coming out of that last corner. He's in the Mercedes. Yeah, we come off the pit limiter now, and as well, JD, who I'm pretty sure started on mediums, he had a mega time with this, because obviously now he's come out what would be in P2. He came into the pits though the lap after to go onto the softs. We now move to the end of the safety car period. Matt had a really good start. He backed the field up quite a bit, and I just didn't expect him to go, and he did. He went yeah, quite early, but because we were going about 20-30, he managed to get that gap to the safety car, so he's pulled a 1.1 second lead, which I wasn't really happy with. But I was more looking behind at the McLaren, one of the Hoffner brothers, and then more looking even further back, to be honest, to Corey, because he was the benchmark for this race, as with all the races. Like I said, considering this is his worst track, that's not really the best for anyone else. But yeah, you see Matt is just starting to pull away, 1.3, 1.4. I was just looking behind, just making sure that Hofter doesn't make a move on me down this straight. It's pretty easy to mess up your braking zone, get into the hairpin. When you're in that slipstream, you've got such a speed advantage. You don't really expect it, but yeah, it comes up on you pretty quick, as I'm pretty sure he does nearly run into the back of me. As you can see in that mirror, it gets really close. I was quite scared by that. But yeah, that was a lucky escape, and we now move all the way to lap 13. It was a relatively boring race, I'll be honest. At this point, I gained on Matt by about 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds, and I was sure that he had wing damage, which I'm pretty sure after the race he did confirm that he did. We had a pretty big gap to Corey behind, who I'm also certain had wing damage coming out of the last corner. yeah, we had the DRS on Matt, and I'm pretty sure now we're going to stay on board right till the end. 6 tenths at the moment, that is the gap. I was just trying to make sure that I could stick in that DRS zone until the last lap on the long straight, try and then save up all of my overtake that as much as I can while staying within the DRS, and try and blast past. But yeah, coming through this S section again, the dirty air on this game I feel is much stronger than any other F1 game that I've been a part of. But yeah, we're coming up to the last 2 corners now, really close to his back end. But again, I just didn't want to make that move until the very last DRS zone, because I knew that he was just going to end up blasting back past if I did make a move, let's say into turn 1 here or into the roundabout section where the DRS zones are. Yeah, we nearly go into the back of him there. But like I say, just sticking behind, making sure we're not using that overtake. He actually rides the curb there on the outside, which turns to the inside. I couldn't do it. It felt like the car was bottoming out. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, in any of the races I've done at Vietnam, it just hasn't felt right. We're going to use a bit of overtake here just to make sure we stick within that DRS. Again, 3 tenths, going down to 2 tenths now. We back off a little bit just to make sure we do actually hit our braking point and not run into the back of him and get wing damage as well. As you can see behind, Phil has now got into P3 as well, so Corey, I'm sure, definitely did have wing damage. But now here we go, we're going to use that overtake, get it right down to near enough zero. Rin Rich, you have to wait quite a while for the DRS, and there it is, we've got it. We're going to sit in his slipstream, it's so strong. And he goes into the middle, then goes to the defensive inside line. I try and send one around his outside, and at the time, I was not happy with that. He did not leave me any room personally. Yeah, it wasn't really the best, as you can see by my steering. So that then sort of did leave us with no real opportunity to get past him, so I was pretty frustrated. Yeah, that could have been the first of the season, first of TGP actually. This is only my full, second full season. We could have tried to send one up the inside, but it just wouldn't have worked out. So we stick behind, bring it home in P2, just about 5 tenths off in the end, 6.4 behind to Phil. A pretty decent result really, that's matched my all-time best, but yeah, as you can imagine I was really not happy. He did actually say after a while, he watched back the stream and said that he didn't give me enough room. So yeah, as I said, overall not really happy with that result, but the way how TGP works, we still had one more race to go, which was in China, which hopefully will be out tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it from this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you click that button. Don't really know what it does, but click it anyway. And yeah, hopefully I'll bring out some of these in the future. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.